Dealers are facing an overwhelming oversupply of certain car models that just aren't selling. And to clear their lots, they're offering jaw-dropping discounts of up to 80% on these specific vehicles. From once hot SUVs to luxury sedans and compact crossovers, cars that were expected to be hits are now piling up, forcing dealerships to take drastic action. So what's causing this massive inventory crisis? Is it design flaws, soaring interest rates, or simply too much competition? Let's dive in and reveal the models dealers are desperate to offload at unbelievable prices you won't want to miss. The origins of the car inventory crisis. The pandemic era saw major disruptions in global supply chains, particularly in the auto industry. Microchip shortages, labor shortages, and production delays all compounded the problem. At the time, car prices skyrocketed due to this limited supply. But now, as production ramps back up and supply chains stabilize, automakers have found themselves with more cars than they can sell, and the market is not reacting as expected. Soaring interest rates have played a significant role as well. When loan rates are high, buyers are more hesitant to commit to expensive cars. Suddenly, the market for high-end luxury vehicles and even some SUVs has shrunk. While manufacturers were producing these vehicles to meet anticipated demand, they've been left with excess inventory that's difficult to unload. What's causing dealers to slash prices? Now, why exactly are these vehicles piling up on dealership lots? Let's break it down. 1. High prices versus consumer budgets. Over the past few years, the average price of new cars has skyrocketed, especially for luxury models and SUVs. The cost of production has gone up due to inflation, supply chain issues, and the rising prices of raw materials. Manufacturers have passed these costs on to consumers, making cars more expensive. With soaring interest rates, buyers are finding it harder to afford these pricier vehicles. As a result, cars that would have typically sold out in no time are now just sitting there collecting dust. 2. Changing consumer preferences. As tastes shift toward more eco-friendly and practical vehicles, many buyers are turning away from gas-guzzling trucks and large SUVs in favor of more fuel-efficient models or even electric vehicles, EVs. 3. Design and features. Let's face it, some vehicles just aren't appealing to buyers. Whether it's a bold design that doesn't resonate with the mainstream or outdated features that make them feel behind the times, these cars simply don't match consumer expectations. BMW XM, a high-priced flop. First up, let's take a look at the BMW XM, a luxury SUV that was supposed to be the next big thing. With a hefty price tag of $159,000, it was designed to be the crown jewel of BMW's M Performance division. But instead of flying off dealership lots, this vehicle has become a symbol of the oversupply problem. Dealers are stuck with over 500 days of unsold XM inventory, and they're slashing prices to get rid of them. The design of the XM is undoubtedly bold, almost too bold for some buyers. Its aggressive grille and large size have proven divisive. While some appreciate the daring design, others feel it's too ostentatious for a brand that's known for more understated luxury. BMW took a gamble by pricing this hybrid SUV in the stratosphere, and it seems the gamble didn't pay off. Despite having a massive engine and being marketed as a high-performance luxury SUV, buyers just aren't biting. For the price, potential customers are questioning whether it's worth investing in a hybrid performance vehicle when other, more traditional SUVs offer comparable performance at a much lower price. So dealers are now cutting prices, hoping to attract buyers who might be willing to take a chance on the XM at a significant discount. Fiat 500e, a tiny EV that missed the mark. Next up is the Fiat 500e, a tiny electric vehicle that was supposed to be a city dweller's dream. With its compact size, quirky design, and eco-friendly electric powertrain, the 500e seemed like a perfect fit for urban areas. However, dealers are now stuck with a 500-day supply of unsold models, and they're offering discounts in an effort to move the inventory. Why? Well, the 500e's small size and relatively short electric range are simply not enough to make it appealing to the average American buyer. While European customers might love the compact nature of the car, Americans have increasingly moved away from small sedans and hatchbacks in favor of more versatile and larger vehicles like SUVs and trucks. Moreover, for the price of a 500e, buyers are opting for larger EVs with better range, more advanced tech, and more interior space. Fiat's reliability issues and the fact that American buyers are not as enthusiastic about small electric vehicles have contributed to the glut of unsold 500e models. As with the BMW XM, Fiat is desperately offering discounts to move these EVs, but it remains to be seen if this small car can find a substantial following in the US market. Jaguar XF, a luxury sedan, struggling for relevance. Next, let's talk about the Jaguar XF, a luxury sedan that once symbolized British sophistication. Despite its elegant design and high-end materials, the Jaguar XF has been relegated to the sidelines in 2024, with dealers struggling to move it off the lot. There's currently over a 300-day supply of these unsold sedans, and with heavy price cuts, Jaguar is doing whatever it can to sell them. The problem? Simply put, sedans are no longer in demand. In a market where buyers are flocking to SUVs and crossovers for their practicality and space, the Jaguar XF, despite its sleek lines and luxurious interior, just isn't cutting it anymore. The luxury sedan market is shrinking, and buyers are opting for larger, more versatile vehicles that fit their changing lifestyles. On top of that, Jaguar is shifting focus to EVs, and many buyers see the XF as a model that the brand is actively moving away from. For a hefty $60,000 price tag, buyers are looking for something with more future-proof appeal, not a vehicle that feels like a relic of the past. Even with discounts, the XF is struggling to attract buyers, and it's unclear whether Jaguar will continue with the model or phase it out entirely. Ford Edge, the mid-size SUV that's lost its edge. Now let's talk about the Ford Edge, a mid-size SUV that was once a staple for families looking for a comfortable and affordable ride. However, the Edge has been eclipsed by newer, more competitive models, leaving Ford dealers with plenty of unsold units. Right now, the Ford Edge is sitting on lots with a substantial supply of unsold inventory, and dealerships are offering aggressive discounts to clear the stock. The Edge has become a victim of its own success, as it was once a popular model in the mid-size SUV category. But now, Ford's own lineup has evolved, and customers are leaning toward more recent models like the Ford Explorer or the Ford Bronco. Other competitors, such as the Hyundai Santa Fe and Toyota Highlander, have upped their game in terms of performance, safety, and tech features, making the Edge seem outdated in comparison. Chevrolet Malibu, the sedan that doesn't stand out. Finally, let's talk about a sedan that's simply getting lost in the shuffle, the Chevrolet Malibu. Once a go-to option for families seeking an affordable, reliable car, the Malibu has fallen behind in a world dominated by crossovers and SUVs. Dealers are now offering deep discounts on the Malibu in a desperate attempt to sell what's left of the 2024 models. The Malibu's decline can be attributed to the shift in consumer preferences. People are no longer as interested in sedans, and the Malibu just doesn't stand out enough to attract buyers. While it offers a smooth ride and decent fuel economy, other vehicles in its price range offer more in terms of features, space, and utility. As more and more consumers opt for SUVs, the Malibu's sales numbers continue to plummet, leaving dealerships with inventory they need to move fast. What does this mean for buyers? So, what does all this oversupply and inventory crisis mean for car buyers? Well, it could be a great time to score a deal if you're in the market for a new vehicle. With dealerships desperate to move unsold inventory, we could see more discounts and incentives popping up to clear out these surplus vehicles. For the auto manufacturers, however, it's a wake-up call. Consumer preferences are shifting rapidly, and they're going to have to adapt quickly if they don't want to be left behind in the dust. Whether it's redesigning their offerings, slashing prices, or doubling down on electric options, it's clear that the world of car buying is in a state of flux. Will we see these cars come back from the brink, or is the inventory crisis a sign of something deeper? Only time will tell. That's all for today, folks. If you found this video interesting or insightful, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe for more automotive news. Let us know in the comments what you think of this car inventory crisis and if you've been affected by it. Until next time, drive safe and stay tuned for more car talk right here.